Globalization processes are really developing, and over the last 30 years the ways in which globalization developed has been steadily growing. We can see that the international trade growth rate has doubled, or the growth rate is the double of the world GDP growth rate, and also the FDI, which is another form of globalization. The way in which this kind of globalization increased has been 4 times the GDP world growth rate. So this means that it is an unavoidable process that takes place and develops in our economy. This has always been the case, but it steadily increases years by years. We can speak about a new globalization paradigm in the sense that before, firm strategies were to offshore functions, so that is to say parts of their production chain or their value chain. They were offshoring the production function or in general the low value added functions. Now what they do and what they generally do is to offshore tasks, that is to say part of these functions, and this may create a lot of threats to tasks, to jobs that were before untradable, and they are now tradable because of the very low coordination costs that are in place thanks to the development of ICTs and to the transport technologies that have allowed coordination costs and transport costs to be much lower than before. The risks are in terms of an increasing competition that comes from developing countries and that are, let's say, a risk for local regions when or local economies when they are unable to face these kind of changes. So if they, let's say, lose jobs, if they lose their activities, their core activities, they risk to be really in danger. While if they put in place strategies in order to, let's say, be able to redirect their economies towards more secure or more, let's say, value-added activities, then that they can protect and save their jobs and, in general, value-added of their economies. It's true that globalization